Hello, hello, hello. I apologize for being late. I got a backup camera on the off chance that my current camera decides to die again. And I decided I was gonna mess with it to see how it worked, make sure everything worked and stuff like that. It does. It works. It works quite well. With the exception of two things. And one of these I may be able to change. The first problem is the picture is so dark. Like, I had to actively go and take I had on my normal light setup, but I had to go and take an extra flashlight and shine it right on my face in order for it to see my face. And that's a little rough. But then the other problem, the one that I probably won't be able to change with the setting, is the fact that it takes up another slot in terms of stuff that I can plug in. It uses a USB. It's just a simple USB camera, which wouldn't be that big of a deal, except for the fact that at the current moment, I'm actually completely full using this setup with my other camera. I'm completely full on USB slots. Now, I know what you're thinking, why not just get one of those USB expander things? One, I already have one. And two, cameras don't like USB expanders. They like to have their own singular slot. So do microphones. Microphones are a little less picky, but their quality can noticeably go down if you're using a USB expander with it. Cameras specifically actually will state that they are currently in use by something else if you have anything else plugged into that slot using a USB expander. So you can't just settle for a lower quality picture. Like someone like me, I don't need, 4K quality picture. I really don't. This thing, what did it say? Let's see. What can it run? Yeah, I can run at 1440p at 60 FPS. Great. I'm currently running my other camera at 480p at, I believe VSeeFace is specifically running it at 17 FPS. And it works fairly well, all things considered. My eyes are a little funky, but that's just because I have blue light protection in my glasses, and sometimes under the certain light conditions it can block out my actual eyes and it just goes, your face disappeared. And that's no one's fault. That's not a fault that I can give to any one thing. I don't even think I can fault anything for that. Yeah, no. So I can't just plug it in and settle for like a lower quality picture or whatever. I have to have all or nothing. Which, I mean, that's fine. I could theoretically go and move some stuff around and have it all work under certain conditions. But I'd prefer not to go into those conditions. It would just make it an unpleasant experience for me. But that's fine. That's fine. It's a backup for a reason. It's just meant to hold while, you know, the main camera is doing its thing, I guess. Because I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes of this main camera. Oh well. But it's there. I got a backup now, so worst comes to worst, I can use the backup. It'll work. It does require a bit of setup. That's why I'm late. I was testing all that. So now that I've rambled on for another 10 minutes, let's actually go over what we're doing today. Today. I actually don't know what we're doing. I know that last time we went into the mines. We stopped it from going kablooey, kablamo, all that sort of stuff. And we found the salt crystals. We found what we thought was in there literally since, like, what, the third or fourth chapter of the game at this point? I don't remember. I'll have to rewatch my own VODs to figure out when exactly I started going, yeah, there's salt in there. But I know I figured it out fairly early on, and we're only just now, as characters, figuring it out. With Milo, it's Milo. Milo went and figured it out, because she wandered in there, somehow, after us. And of course, Esfrost already figured it out, because they had people there. So now we all know the salt is there. And I guess today we figure out what in the world we're going to do with that information. So let's not delay any further. Let's hop into it. Rambled on for so long that the screen timeout activated. Chapter 17. Here we go. I got 2 main stories? 2? 3? 3 main stories. Did we... I don't think we got anything new. No, none we didn't. Okay. I guess let's start off in the Hierophant's palace, not place. Palace. Said it right this time. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Ah, Milo has sent a dispatch from Glenbrook. Deep within the Grand Norzelian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within.
Impossible!
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Norzelian mines in Hyzant's name.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word. But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
Okay, well, that's pretty simple. I say quite simple. We take it. Didn't really expect much else, but still did it. We take it. Okay. Okay, let's see what's happening at Twins Gate.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twins Gate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the grand Norzelian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the saintly seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twins Gate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost. For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The Death Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Okay, listen. Hyzant has its problems. I know. Hyzant has its problems. Do not doubt this in the slightest. We technically are sworn to Hyzant, yes. But also, you're the one who made us do it. I wouldn't have to do it if you didn't try to frickin' invade us. Come on, man. Really? Okay, Central Frost. See what in the world going on in here with the consortium, I think that said.
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the consortium then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Frost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
War profiteering.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the Grand Norzelian mines. Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolffort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Oh boy. This is not gonna end well, I can already tell.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same. Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious. But there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No. No, surely you don't mean...
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king. The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa. the holy state of Hyzant. I have decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa. The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown, my pride. They are but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Join me, Serenoa. Let us unite Norzelia under the Holy State.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need. I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan, seeing as it forsakes her people. I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you. But I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
King Roland's anguish plays plainly across his face. It pains me to see him so tortured.
I'm not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which is...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so. We are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost, countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against their captors.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else. We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree. But the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
And When that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind. Beyond the Great Falls and the Falk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well. And if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though. Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history. Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolfort leaves a legacy in that history or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals in hand, they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven?
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant. In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
And our wounds from the battle with Esfrost have only begun to heal. Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Esfrost.
Ally with Esfrost? Are you of sound mind, Benedict?
Quite. Think about it for a moment. Esfrost wants nothing more than to loosen Hyzant's grip. They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but...
Esfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
You speak of the Death Knell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Esfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Esfrost's cooperation. But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa. Are you content to spend the rest of your life in servitude to another?
Not another word, Benedict. Roland is more than my king. He is my friend.
And you are Lord of House Wolfort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia. Not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide. These are your suggestions.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa. I pray that you make the right choice, not only for House Wolfort, but for yourself.
Yeah, I was expecting him to say something along the lines of, why don't you take over the throne? Yeah, not exactly the easiest decision for him to make. This is it. Okay. Recommend that you save your progress. The story is approaching a turning point. Okay. So I guess from this point onwards, I should probably go and save into other files? I guess?
You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzelian Mine?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals. Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence! I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the scales of conviction and prepare to make peace with the outcome.
The vote we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed. I am prepared to accept its outcome. Yeah, that's about what I expected the thing to look like. I was not prepared to make a decision like this today. I did not realize that it was going to be this charged. Okay. I'm gonna say one thing. Roland's idea, in my opinion, is stupid. I think his idea is the worst out of all of them. That being said, I think all three of these ideas are stupid. But I know that this game doesn't exactly give us the plot armor of we're a main character so we can stand alone and then do what we want. Okay. Like I said, I think all three of them are ridiculously stupid ideas, but unfortunately, I don't think we really have much of a choice to do otherwise, because we are not given plot armor. We are not. This is a relatively realistic, realistic in quotations, decision. We have to choose something. We can't just choose to stand alone. That's what I'm saying, is we aren't given the I'm an anime protag, so I can do what I want decision. Sucks. There's no happy for all route. I'm not going with Roland. That's 100% sure. Honestly, I feel like this is I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. That's what it feels like. I'm voting for the lesser of three evils, I guess. The least of three evils. I guess would be the proper way to put that. Because Roland's strategy, I don't like Hyzant. And as we have seen, putting them in charge of even more salt is a problem. It's stupid. It's not going to end well. Benedict's strategy, assuming that it works, means that we ally with Esfrost. Which, yes, does mean teaming up with the people who just threw our country into disarray, destroyed everything, started this whole conflict in the first place, all that sort of stuff. Again, that also assumes that it works. We just went and fought them after they fought us. What's to say that they're going to go, oh yeah, okay, we cool now. We cool now. Frederica's vision is also a little bit stupid. One, we go up against all of Hyzant, while Estros is still breathing down our necks. And we abandon Wolfford and Glenbrook. At the very least, Frederica's allows the Roselle to be free. But as we also know, they're very weak right now. I don't know how many of them could really do a rebellion. So that one is actually essentially the I'm an anime protag and I do what I want. However, it's not freaking guaranteed. We don't have plot armor. No one has plot armor. Let's talk with everybody first. I don't like this decision. This one's the worst one we've had to make in a long time. I don't like it. Can we go anywhere? Oh, okay. Fine, I'll speak to you. To think King Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's conviction was diverged so greatly after all this time. It's between you and me, Lord Serenoa. What do you make of their plans? I believe Benedict plans to use Esfrost's ideals of freedom to ascend to the top of all Norzelia. I think Roland intends to put his personal feelings aside to bring peace and equality to everyone. Frederica's wish is a human one. He desires to liberate those who have been cruelly oppressed. I don't think Roland is putting personal feelings aside. Honestly, I think he's struggling with some self-confidence. And I think he's basically stepping down as king because he doesn't believe he's right to be fit. So I don't think he's putting his personal feelings aside. I really don't. Benedict is using Esfrost's ideals of freedom to ascend to the top of Norzelia. Yeah, that's pretty much right. He just wants House Wolfort to be up there, and that's it. Which is respectable to an extent. But not entirely. Frederica's wish is a human one. She desires to liberate those who have been cruelly oppressed. I'm going to click that. Aye, but in reality, humans usually only act on their own best interest, even if it means turning a blind eye to the suffering of others. Lady Frederica is a strong woman to stand up for what is right. I couldn't agree more. Ignoring their plight now would be shameful, especially knowing what we do of their innocence. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. Makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the scaled decision. They probably won't. We now know that people can leave the party. Lord Serena, I fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course. I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path we always have. Lord Serena, I can't help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless of which path you choose. I know this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. Okay. You are a father before a soldier. It is your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolfort. I will not force you to march with us. I only ask that you act according to your own convictions. We must pull together if we are to emerge victorious. I ask that you see us through this final battle. I'm not gonna force him. I'm gonna go with this. You are a father before a soldier. It's your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolfort. Lord Serenoa, you would allow me to leave House Wolfort at a time like this? But of course, before you do, allow me to thank you for all you have done for our house. I wish you and your family every happiness. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It is an honor to call you my lord. Okay. Roland, can we even convince you at all? I don't think we can. We must give Hyzant the salt crystals, cow Esfrost, and unite all Norzelia in the name of the goddess, else we will never know peace. The Wazeld will continue to suffer, 'tis true, but this will end war as we know it, and countless more will live in peace as equals.
I have made my decision.
I will see this done not just for the people of Glenbrook, but for all Norzelia. Roland, you are king. Surely cooperation with Hyzant need not mean forfeit of the kingdom.
I think not.
That is where you are wrong, my friend. My time on the throne has shown me that the people need a force more powerful than a king to show them the way. There are many paths that lead us out of war, Roland. Cooperating with Esfrost, for instance. End the war by allying with the very Archduke who set this in motion? No. Cooperating with that tyrant ends nothing. Zafaris has only brought pain and suffering to this land.
Moreover,
If anyone understood the torturous path I've taken to arrive at this decision, I thought it would be you, Serena. Words have no power.
Serenoa.
Only we can free the Roselle and expose the lie that has kept them in bondage these many years. However, we must move quickly while their gaze is fixed upon the salt crystals. I believe we can succeed. I hear your plea, yet I cannot help but wonder if you wish to act with too much haste.
But...
I know not what I can do to prove to you that I have thought this through. I swear to you, this is no fit of pique. Benedict's stratagem may also provide the chance to strike at Hyzanth, but that not be enough. It also prolongs this war, and thus the immense suffering of my people. Even if we do prevail, you know as well as I that my brother is not a merciful man. He will not spare as much a thought for the weak. That much is true. Rozel's plight would then be buried once more amid negotiations with the nations. You see, time is now, and only we have the power to save him. Power we forfeit if we assent to Roland's plan.
I have decided.
His is the one vision for our future that I cannot abide. Perhaps my concerns seem narrow when all Norzelia is at stake, but I know you can save my brothers and sisters. I beg you, consider.
My lord.
We share a common goal with Esfrost at the moment. It is incumbent upon us to seize that opportunity and rid Norzelia of Hyzanth for good. Indeed, the Salt Crystals make an alliance with Esfrost possible, but Roland would never assent to it. He feels the weight of the crown, underestimates his own abilities, and has allowed his hatred for Gustadolf to cloud his judgment. I sympathize. Those matters should have no bearing on the welfare of our house. Perhaps you are right. But then what of Frederica's vision? You can see that her plans concerns our house.
Quite impossible.
I can see nothing. Her strategy is out of the question. She asks us to forfeit all we have fought to build in this domain. How can I reasonably entertain such a proposition? And you'll brook no argument otherwise. None.
We must decide.
May I remind you that you are Lord of House Wolford. Your duty is to your people above all else.
I believe I've reached a decision.
This moment requires a dispassionate mind. I pray you have one. No one's thinking reasonably. Yay! Oh boy. Let's speak to everybody but not convince anybody yet. Let's just see what they say.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I'm sure King Roland and Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So now must we agonize over our own decisions.
However...
Here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As a subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance.
Aye, lad.
Our sweat and bloods fed this land. Built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzanth. Lady Frederica, I'll sympathize as though we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon. But even that doesn't quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. To be honest, none of them are sound enough to help me sleep at night. Yeah, exactly.
Lord Serenoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzanth hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with the Roselle.
However...
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Interesting. You actually are the only one who has had a marker on, say, it may take effort, but they can be swayed. The universal decision that I'm getting is that Roland's idea kinda sucks. And I'm okay with that, because I'm not going to side with Roland. The question is whether or not I side with Benedict or Frederica. Okay, let me grab a coin. I'm gonna flip it. I know I have a coin around somewhere. Maybe. There we go. There we go. Okay, I got a coin. I'm gonna go with this. Heads. Frederica. Tails. Benedict. If I flip it and I'm okay with the decision, then we go with it. If we flip it and I regret it... Oh my gosh. Oh, there goes the coin. If I flip it and I regret it, then I go with the other one. Okay. Heads Frederica. Tails Benedict. My reaction to the flip will then determine if we stick with it or if we swap to the other one. Really don't have a lot of room to flip the coin, but here we go. I did exactly as I said, and I did not have a lot of room to flip the coin. I hit the top of this frickin'... Where'd it go? Okay, let's try it one more time and let's not flip it as high because that's just going to end in disaster. Maybe. I need to actually be able to flip it, not just like drop it. Okay. Heads. Frederica. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna have to replay this twice. Once for Frederica and once for Benedict. I think that's what I've decided. I don't like any of these options. I really dislike all of these options. Let's try and convince everyone to go with Frederica's for now. It is what has been decided.
What do you need?
Okay.
Well...
Frederica's vision. I must say I'm surprised by your support for Frederica's vision. I've been by her side for years, but even I must admit it is rather... hopeful, if I'm being charitable. Perhaps you see something I do not. Norzelia will be forever plagued by war. And we shall leave this place and create a new nation that only knows peace. It knows only peace. My father has defended the Roselle all these years, and I intend to carry on his legacy. In truth, I agree with you. The plan is imprudent and ill-advised. I'm assuming there's a but it's better than the other one, sort of thing. It's the least of all evils. I'm gonna go with this one, though, because this one, it doesn't specifically state a but. So I'm gonna go with this. We've defended the Roselle for all these years. I intend to continue that.
I don't think so.
That's not a good sign. Very noble sentiment, my lord. Albeit one that would be better served by protecting your own domain first and foremost. How would you feel if you saved the Roselle at the expense of the house? I have naught to say in response. Perhaps I cannot match what father accomplished.
What do you need?
It has nothing to do with you. Everything to do with the circumstances in which you find yourself. You must see the world as it is, not as it once was. Appears indifferent. Well, yeah, you were undecided before, so what the...
However,
Frederica. You've taken Frederica's side and all. What fascination do the Roselle hold for you, Mom? Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt or indeed to any nation. There is no better time to free the Roselle than now, while Esfrost and Hyzant squabble over the salt crystals. I don't like either of the answers. We're gonna go with there's no better time to free the Roselle than now.
I wonder about that.
When that you answer the question I asked, my lord, I say again, what fascination do the Roselle hold for you? And what makes it worth the lives of your people and the sanctity of your domain? We know that the Roselle are but exploited innocents. We cannot turn a blind eye to their suffering. They deserve justice, Hewitt.
But...
Yes, Hyzant sits suspended atop a web of lies, but seeing them right will ruin the people of the Wolfort domain. The true lord does not forsake his people. Again, then why are you going to go? As we have all universally agreed in this undecided pool, all these ideas freaking suck. You ask me for which one I'm going to go with. If I have to choose one, you're giving me an ultimatum. I'm with someone or I'm against everyone. Or I'm with one person or the other or the other. Whatever. It may not be an ultimatum. I think no, it is an ultimatum. I'm given a severely limited set of choices and I have to choose one. I cannot create one for my own. Give me an ultimatum. All these choices suck. I have to choose someone. You said, who am I choosing? That's what I'm doing. No matter what, I'm forsaking someone. I side with Esfrost. I forsake the people. I forsake the Roselle. I forsake Roland. I side with Roland. I forsake the Roselle. And Glenbrook as a whole. I side with Benedict. I forsake Roland again. Oh wait, did I already say Benedict? Whatever. If I don't side with Roland, I forsake Roland. If I don't side with Frederica, I forsake the Roselle. If I don't side with Benedict, I forsake my domain. No matter what I choose, it's not a good frickin' answer. I forsake two different groups. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, and dishonor on your cow, essentially. Okay, Eridor.
Here's what I think.
Frederica. How could you possibly support Lady Frederica's vision? Have you gone mad? War will never end so long as we hold the salt crystals. We must relinquish them and break the cycle of violence. I should carry on. Nay, surpass my father's legacy of protecting the Roselle. I need you with me, Aaron. Let's go with this. Outdo your own father. Meaning what exactly? Do more for the Roselle and he did? I know things aren't what they were during the Salt Iron War, but it is not House Wolford's duty to come to the aid of those. Is it not House Wolford's duty to come to the aid of those in need? Are we not to fight injustice and tyranny, wheresoever it may be? You dare invoke Lord Simon's own words? I cannot do this alone, Eridor. The risk is too great. Only if all of House Wolford unites as one will we have a chance to succeed. I hear you, lad.
And so...
Give me a moment to sit with what you said. Better result than what we got with others. I didn't want to incite his name. That's just, it's rude. It's not a good thing to do. Especially with someone like Eridor. But the other option was worse.
Lord Serenoa.
No one's happy with my decisions.
However...
And I doubt they would be if I chose something else. So you assent to Frederica's vision for the future. War is coming, or for our Norzelia. You would forfeit your role in it. No better time to free the Roselle than now while us Frost and Hyzant squabble over the salt crystals. This is how we end the war. Hyzant will crumble once we free the Roselle. If the Desnell and Alfric are unleashed on the battlefield, the casualties will eclipse any war that's come before. Hyzant will crumble once we free all Roselle, because they won't have anybody monitoring the source. Working at the source. This is it. That is how we end the war, I think.
No.
I simply cannot agree. Well, then what? We'll throw Hyzant into chaos, but only briefly. They will stop at nothing to restore order and maintain the authority of their beloved goddess. You forget there are those who question her authority already. You do not think they would seize the opportunity and revolt?
But?
Possibly. That is a slight hope in the face of an enemy so powerful as Hyzant. They stifled a rebellion 30 years ago. Now they move to take the salt crystals, and the mines in which they were found, for themselves. If I may speak plainly, my lord, your strategy is too fanciful. I urge you to ground it in reality if you wish to collapse the holy state. Great. Just freaking great. There's nothing else we can do. Commence voting.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You aren't wrong, but...
Okay, but where? Where, Gila? My apologies, Lord Cyrano, but I must place my token elsewhere. If it's with Benedict, then fine.
My apologies.
I've decided to stand my ground. Stand your ground? Oh, you had no ground you were standing on beforehand.
I cannot be swayed.
I convinced no one, didn't I? This is the path I choose, Lord Cyrano.
I'm with you.
I think we got someone. My mind's all made up. You've got my vote, lad.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Benedict. So you weren't undecided. Jerks. Okay. As long as it's not Roland, fine. What could we have said? What could we have said to convince them? Fine. Like I said, as long as it's not Roland. I don't know why I'm getting up in arms about this. Holy cow. That was genuinely frustrating for me to go through, and it's not even a real... Oh my gosh.
The way forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
Save. Saving here.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
We've chosen our path. We shall ally with Esfrost and strike at the heart of the holy state of Hyzant.
So you would kiss Gustadolf's feet and bribe him with salt? I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Esfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
You would ally with them only to stab them in the back later?
If need be.
Have you no shame?
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hyzant.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
You know that is not true. Hyzant will conquer all Norzelia if we give them the salt crystals. All will be forced to worship at the feet of the goddess and follow her orders. Just as the Roselle have at the source.
I see House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Esfrost. But as King of Glenbrook, I will not allow it. Lord Wolfort, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
You remain my vassal. I dare you to defy me.
Roland, your majesty.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
What are you talking about?
Now is not the time, Benedict.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simone. His true parentage is none other than His Majesty King Regna.
You cannot be serious!
King Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, a commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simone take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolfort.
If this is true, and you are my elder brother, then you are not bound by my command.
Hold! Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not? Even if this story is true, is it not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa.
I do.
It is genuine. There is no mistaking it. What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader. Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Roland,
All the more reason why I cannot concede to you now. Least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolfort, I challenge you to a duel. To the victor goes the crown.
Pray let us think about this.
On your guard, Serenoa. I do not say this in jest.
Cease this quarreling at once! Stop them, Benedict!
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
Roland, stop this madness. I have no desire to sit upon the throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home we've ever known.
I have no doubt. You've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself. There can only be one way forward.
That has naught to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Shackles? Ha! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry.
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects. You proved yourself time and again so effortlessly. I ask you to prove yourself once more.
Roland, please.
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolford to glory. I have revered you and envied you in equal measure. I long to be like you. And I long to claim victory over you. Just once.
I am not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far. We are all in this together.
I knew you would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt. Don't you dare shrink from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
I have no will to fight you, brother. I want none of this.
But life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Esfrost. Now I ask you to do the same. Prove to me that you have what it takes to deal with Esfrost and crush Hyzant. That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done. Show me you can create this bold new future you speak of!
Very well. The scales of conviction have spoken, and House Wolford shall heed their word. If you would stand in our way and seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen, so help me, as Lord of House Wolford, I shall cut you down where you stand.
Yes! Let us see who is the better between us!
On your guard.
Ah! Ah! Huh! Ah!
Seems it was me, dear brother.
In the end, I cannot escape your shadow. Kill me. It is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
What will become of Glenbrook?
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood. And it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule. So long as I am gone.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate. Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
You think I do not know that? You ask the impossible. My friend, my brother, is not meant to die by my hand.
You are cruel in your kindness, Serenoa. I have neither the constitution nor the fortitude to be king. I cannot lead as you can, as our father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities, and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power. Would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. I've watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You had my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how I admired you, my friend. How I longed to follow in your footsteps.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
I shall. Just promise me one thing. Promise me that you will watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you will set me back on the right path.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa. May we never meet again as brother or friend.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
King Roland!
Leave me, Huette.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Then take this as an order from that liege. Serve Serenoa, as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Huette. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Esfrost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever. But my unwillingness to ally with Esfrost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadolf?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power. The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Esfrost, then someday Glenbrook will.
Yes. His ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak. I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant. Who knows what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolford.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place. And Cordelia as well.
You have my word. You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You were a loyal and true knight, Huette. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's not how that's supposed to end. It's not at all how that's supposed to end. It's not how it's supposed to end with Sarah Noah. It's not how it's supposed to end with Huette. It's not how it's supposed to go. We heard her character stories. We saw how she felt about Roland. We know that her attachment was more than just simply serving the king. It's more than even a friendship. She very clearly, even if she never spoke it out loud, since we can see into her thoughts, we know she loved him. And clearly, Sarah Noah loved him too, as a brother, as a friend. It's not supposed to be like this. Is there anything we can do? No? Okay.
I wish I had never learned of my true lineage. I was happy being Serenoa Wolfort, son of Lord Simone and Lady Destra.
No matter whose blood runs through your veins, you are still yourself.
Thank you, Frederica. But now Roland is gone. Someone's coming.
It looks like Benedict.
I am in no mood to speak with him. Let us conceal ourselves.
Lord Simone, Lady Destra, today I revealed the truth of Lord Serenoa's birth and drove Prince Roland from the city. Lord Serenoa will be crowned the king of all Glenbrook, but this is merely the first step of many. We will use the salt crystals to ally ourselves with Esfrost and defeat Hyzant. I will see to it that Lord Serenoa becomes the undisputed ruler of all Norzelia. He has the strength and character worthy of sitting atop this realm, and I shall carve that path to the summit for him. He did not wish for the position, nor this power. But no matter how much he resents me, I will ensure his success. He shares your blood, Lady Destra, and as such, I refuse to see him at the mercy of others again.
Why would you go so far?
Lord Simon, you were a lord worthy of my life's devotion. You were an equal to King Regna in every way. You could have sat upon the throne, and yet you resigned yourself to life as a vassal and took in Lady Destra at your liege's request. You two treated Lady Destra and Lord Serenoa as if they were no more than pawns to be traded about. Back then, I could not forgive you or King Regna. Lady Destra, even now, I find it hard to forgive myself for being unable to save you. Which is why I will make Lord Serenoa a greater ruler than his father or King Regna could ever be. This is my revenge against myself for being so powerless then. I will not repent. I will devote my life to atoning for my incompetence.
Benedict cared very deeply for Lady Destra.
No amount of regret will change the past. We have no way to go but forward.
My lord, how did the nobles take the news?
They were surprised to hear of Roland's disappearance, as well as of my lineage and intention to ascend the throne. But there was not nearly as much contempt or disorder as I had anticipated.
I also explained that it was King Roland's own decision to abdicate once he learned the truth.
I think it may have been the royal signet that kept them so composed. They took it as proof that King Regna deemed Serenoa a worthy successor.
Even if they had objections in their heart, they could not act upon them. There is not a soul in Glenbrook who can deny the might and exploits of House Wolford. Princess Cordelia would have been their sole chance to challenge his ascension, but she is already within our hands.
Be that as it may, the people must see it as such. I will not be able to get their support should they think I usurped the throne.
Precisely.
In any case, it's hard to believe our young lord's truly the king of Glenbrook.
I never coveted this throne. But we have chosen to ally ourselves with Esfrost and have driven Roland away. I shan't run from my responsibilities any longer. I will take up the mantle of king to serve both Glenbrook and House Wolford.
A fine resolve, Your Majesty. We stand with you now, as we always have.
Thank you. Benedict, prepare for my ascension and our negotiations with Esfrost.
Yes, Your Majesty. I will also continue working on our plans for Hyzant.
We cannot afford to lose this battle. Do what you must.
As you command.
Several days later, Serenoa announces that he is the son of the late King Regna, and that Roland, having learned the truth, has abdicated the throne. All suspect that there is more behind the announcement, but House Wolford has the support of many in the capital city, and so they accept his words. Thus, Serenoa Wolford takes the throne as the new King of Glenbrook. The joining of House Wolford and the Kingdom of Glenbrook is yet another twist in the ever-turning narrative of Norzelia. One which Hyzant and Esfrost look on with ever-wary eyes.
I'm not happy with this. Okay. Let's see how our possibly new allies take this.
I did not foresee Serenoa becoming king of Glenbrook. What became of the abdicated King Roland?
Official reports say he left the capital to live a life of seclusion. But rumor has it that he absconded after losing a duel to Lord Serenoa.
Roland concealed his identity and fought hard to reclaim his kingdom. He would not so easily relinquish the throne. The rumors are likely closer to the truth than the reports.
So House Wolford usurped the throne.
I did not take Serenoa for a man who had cast off the shackles of servitude by force. How fascinating it would be if the caged hawk broke free to soar the skies.
Without Prince Roland around, there is hope yet of restoring our relations with Glenbrook. Perhaps we could ask Lady Frederica to help us negotiate.
Glenbrook holds the salt crystal veins in their hands. No amount of negotiations would end in our favor. A bird that has flown the coop must be shot down. Whether they perish or return to a cage is up to them.
So negotiations are gonna go well. And I'm really wishing I'd succeeded in convincing one more person. Okay. See how Hyzant takes it.
I see everyone is here. What might this sudden meeting be about?
Minister Tenebris, you kept us waiting.
Ah, my apologies.
You were all summoned here to discuss the recent political changes in Glenbrook.
King Roland has conceded the throne to Minister Serenoa. Apparently the two are half-brothers.
What? So, this was not a hearing of my crimes.
Do you know something about this, Minister Tenebris?
No. What will become of Glenbrook?
There are rumors that King Roland has absconded, but the people seem oddly composed about the change of power.
Is this not a joyous occasion? With Minister Serenoa on the throne, Glenbrook becomes a vassal nation of Hyzant.
Not quite. We had intended to use Minister Serenoa to pressure King Roland into giving him control over the Grand Norzelian mines. But now he has both the salt crystal veins and the entire kingdom of Glenbrook in his hands. Our window of opportunity has closed.
Precisely. Any attempt to likewise pressure Minister Serenoa may result in us losing more than we bargained for.
He did not strike me as the sort of man to bite the hand that feeds.
He usurped the throne from his own master. We cannot afford to let our guards down.
Indeed.
Hear the Holy One's words. We must be wary of House Wolford. We will summon Minister Exham and his forces back to the city to protect our people.
Understood. I will dispatch a bird to him at once.
I will have our spies in Glenbrook discern Wolford's true intentions.
We must get our hands on those salt crystals. If House Wolford dares disobey the goddess, they must be exterminated at once.
This is my chance. If I can bring glory to Hyzant and restore my name, soon I will be.
I have no idea what he's planning. Nope, we want to. Ugh, I don't like this.
King Serenoa invites Archduke Gustadolf to Glenbrook in hopes of securing an alliance with the duchy. Gustadolf accepts the secret invitation and makes his way to Whiteholm Castle. However, the salt crystal deposits uncovered in the Grand Norzelian mines are currently in the hands of Serenoa. A meeting between the two great rulers comes with equally great risk.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Benedict?
It is as I said. The Kingdom of Glenbrook will cease all business with the Norzelia Consortium. The related parties should leave Glenbrook immediately, and any assets remaining shall be seized by the Kingdom.
This is madness. Not only will you cut your ties with Hyzant, but the Consortium as well? How do you intend to get your salt now?
You needn't worry about that.
So it's true. Glenbrook has mined salt crystals from deep beneath the earth.
It is no business of the Consortium's.
You dare slight us after all we've done for Norzelia? The post-war accord said that someone must ensure the fair distribution of salt, and so we did.
And we appreciate all your efforts. However, King Serenoa has no need for the Consortium in Glenbrook.
The nerve of you people. Hyzant will never forgive such insolence.
Save your tears for the long road back home. The Consortium was only ever good for lining its own pockets. Which is far from fair, as I see it.
I see now. House Wolfort wishes to see the Consortium eliminated in its entirety. In that case, I will return to Hyzant, as you said, and report this outrage.
Was it right to provoke him? Claris may use his underground connections to stop us.
That was my intention. He will now bring disorder to Hyzant's unity. More importantly, the new Norzelia truly has no need for the Consortium and its control over salt's distribution.
The new Norzelia.
The world King Serenoa would rule. I have formulated a plan to bring about that new age. But first, our negotiations with Gustadolf must succeed.
Sir, Archduke Gustadolf's ship will be arriving any minute now.
Thank you. The outcome of our negotiations hinges on King Serenoa's decision. I must speak with him, alone. The Archduke will be here shortly.
Thank you. Our future rests on these negotiations, doesn't it?
Have you read The Power of Salt?
I have. Lord Dragan gave it to us before he died. It contains all he gleaned in his research on salt. I thought it might give us a clue as to how we can convince Archduke Gustadolf to aid us. I understand now just how much potential salt possesses.
Indeed, it is not merely a seasoning for food. We have control over the salt crystal veins. We can use this to our advantage during negotiations.
But this is Gustadolf we're dealing with. Pressure and intimidation will only cause him to bare his fangs. Negotiate poorly, and we will end up swallowed by the duchy in the name of Gustadolf's freedom. What do you think we should do, Benedict?
Before I answer, I would know one thing. Is it your desire to monopolize salt crystals, Your Majesty?
No. No, it is not.
I have no desire to do so. That would make us no different than Hyzant. And seeing as Gustadolf sought to break the Holy State's monopoly, I doubt he would ally with us.
But we will merely be used as pawns, should we give him the salt crystals.
I have no intention of doing that either. Lord Dragan's answers shall guide us. I will use the salt to bring about a free and prosperous Norzelia, greater even than Gustadolf could. If I can prove that to him, I am certain he would join our cause.
Precisely. You prove time and again you are worthy to stand atop the summit of Norzelia. I have a befitting strategy in mind. Lord Serenoa, would you allow me to negotiate with the Archduke?
Very well. We must have him on our side.
And we shall.
Most intriguing. You once refused to bend the knee to me at this very spot, and now seek an alliance as King of Glenbrook.
I could not have foreseen this moment either back then. Nor that you would have your own cousin slain after discovering the salt crystal veins.
I hope you aren't expecting an apology. Have we not usurped the same throne?
I have not asked you here to discuss the past, but the future. I am certain you understand that taking on Hyzant alone is a fool's errand. We must unite if we are to stand a chance.
And you expect me to believe that one of the Saintly Seven wishes to defeat the Holy State itself?
We must prevent Hyzant from gaining complete control over Salt and consequently Norzelia. I even parted from a dear friend over it.
I see. I have no objections to overthrowing Hyzant.
Then let us begin the negotiations.
Silence. I am here to speak with King Serenoa, not his servant.
I have given Benedict full rights to be here. Consider his words my own.
So the bird did not break free after all. His vassal opened the cage door. Very well then. But allow me to make this clear. If you wish for an alliance, you will give me the salt crystal veins. They belong to Esfrost for having discovered them in the first place.
We cannot do that.
Then we have nothing to discuss.
Pray answer me this, Archduke. What do you intend to do with the salt?
People need salt to live. But here in Norzelia, it is owned entirely by Hyzant and the Consortium. Their high taxes make it nearly impossible for some to obtain. Once I defeat Hyzant, I will abolish both that abhorrent Consortium and its taxes, and allow free trade throughout the land. I would ensure that any who desire salt receive their fair share of it.
That would make you the only one with control over salt. It is no different than Hyzant now.
I do not covet riches like they do. Under my rule, the people would have salt. They would finally have freedom. This is the only future before us.
I beg to differ. We intend to make salt available to all. Anyone will be able to obtain as much as they like for a modest price.
You would put control of salt in the hands of the people? To what end?
To change the world with the potential residing within every grain of salt. For example, preserving foods with salt would make life and trade more prosperous than ever before. Using salt in leather and glass crafting could create newer and better goods. Farmers could give it to their livestock, and it could also be used in various medicines. It can even be used in explosives.
How do you know about that?
These are but a handful of examples. If we give the people access to salt, there is no telling how many other uses they may find. Norzelia will enter a golden age of prosperity, and her people will thrive like never before.
I did not take you for an idealist. I think we both know that the people lack the intelligence for innovation.
They just haven't been afforded the chance, but with the proper mechanisms in place, they can be taught. I have already started work on a plan to make salt available over the course of several years.
Do not underestimate the people's greed. It won't be long before they turn on their rulers, intoxicated by the power of salt.
The very nation you sought to defeat feared the same, and sought to control them with their goddess's might.
Archduke Gustadolf, I do not fear a free people. I wish to lead them, but will fight if I must. That is why I took this throne. I believe anyone who wishes to rule the new Norzelia should be prepared to do the same.
Tell me this. How did you know salt possesses such potential?
And I would ask you in return, were you unaware of it yourself? It was all written in a book Lord Dragan gave us.
It is the result of his extensive research at the Isfrosti archives.
Dragan. You mean to say it was the knowledge of one of my own? Had I made him Prime Minister, our positions would be reversed. So this is my punishment for seeing him killed. Very well. Consider me interested in the future House Wolfort sees for this world. As the Archduke of Esfrost, I hereby swear my allegiance to your cause.
You have our thanks, Archduke Gustadolf.
It is only a matter of time until Hyzant realizes what we are planning. Let us proceed to the War Council.
Lead the way. Glenbrook and Esfrost have entered into an alliance. You and I are enemies no longer.
I am glad to hear it. Thank you for joining our cause.
Together, we will strike down Hyzant, for the Roselle as well. I am sure your mother would have been happy to hear it.
Indeed.
Frederica, do you resent me for attacking House Wolfort?
I have come to an understanding of what you hoped to accomplish. Your duties as Archduke outweigh your personal desires.
Precisely. I have no regrets for what I've done.
Neither do I regret standing against you, or slaying Erica and Thalis. Not because I harbor personal grudges against any of you, but because my eyes must look not to the past, but to the future.
King Serenoa said the same earlier.
It should come as no surprise, Archduke Gustadolf. He and I walk the same path, hand in hand.
You've grown strong, Frederica.
the Kingdom of Glenbrook and the Duchy of Esfrost enter an alliance. Their combined forces led by Serenoa. Together, they set out to strike down the holy state of Hyzant. Sensing their movements, the Desert Nation summons Exham soldiers home from their march on the Grand Norzelian mines to prepare for the arrival of the Allied forces. Though the walls around the Holy State have kept it safe for many years, it is now up to Benedict to discern how best to penetrate the goddess's shield.
Oh boy. Well, it fortunately appears that Gustadov is, at least to an extent, a better person than I thought he was. I think I have at least somewhat a reason to trust him when he says that we will strike down Hyzant for the sake of the for the sake not only of Norzelia, but for the sake of the Roselle as well. I think he truly does believe Frederica has grown stronger. I don't trust him fully yet, since I clearly didn't think of the fact that we could just talk about it. And he clearly understood that there was something already there against the Roselle being enslaved. He knew that the Hyzant was all lies and stuff like that, and he had proof. Could have very easily teamed up with Glenbrook for that, without starting a war against them and having to make amends afterwards. I don't know. Let's see what's going on in the War Council then.
Benedict, have you finalized our plan of attack against Hyzant?
I have. We shall shatter the goddess's shield with Esfrost's death knell. We can then storm the capital and take Hyzant. However, there is one problem that remains. Transporting, placing, and firing the weapon will take a considerable amount of time. So we must draw the Hyzantian army's attention away from the cannon until it is ready.
But they might confine themselves to their castle rather than come out and fight us.
We must draw them out. We cannot allow them the opportunity to calmly scout about.
Buying time against Minister Exham's forces won't be easy. The damage will be great, even if we do succeed. Esfrost cannot hope to triumph alone.
Which is why I have measures in place to ensure our victory. Anna, did you send the letter like I asked?
Yes. I sent an unsigned message to Minister Tenebris. It included details of his and Sorceley's illicit salt trade and their profitable underground arena. I also added that we would report it to the Holy One, and enclosed a copy of the evidence I gathered.
Perfect. Tenebris will fear for his position and desperately look for any way to establish himself worthy of his seat. And what of Claris?
As predicted, he has returned to Hyzant.
Claris was master of the underground arena, and Tenebris his bookmaker. Now the merchant needs someone in his corner, and the saint needs a pawn. With nowhere left to go, the two will join forces and be the ones to throw Hyzant's strategy into disarray. They will do anything to defeat House Wolford.
I see. We should be able to buy time against their improvised army. But there is no guarantee it will work.
One last letter should be all the push that Tenebris needs.
Another letter?
Signed by Prince Roland asking for his aid in destroying House Wolfort, who stole his throne. It lays out a plan in which Prince Roland will attack us from behind with his own army, while we fight Tenebris in front.
What?
There is no reason for him to doubt it. I forged his handwriting and sealed it with the royal band.
But how?
I made an imprint of his ring when I took it to fake his death. I thought it might come in handy someday.
Benedict.
Everyone knows of Prince Roland and King Serenoa's disagreement. If Tenebris thinks he has a chance of winning, he will take it. Even if the odds aren't in his favor.
I understand. But does King Serenoa know?
No, he does not. He would not forgive me for using Prince Roland as such. This was entirely my cunning.
King Serenoa.
I heard everything. Your plan gives us the greatest chance of victory. I hereby order you to see it through.
Are you certain?
I am certain there's no going back for us. Only forward.
As you command.
His decision made, Serenoa marches toward Hyzant, certain a victorious end will justify even the most underhanded means. A letter, forged with his old friend's name, arrives in the Holy State, and all the pieces begin to move according to Benedict's plan.
I see. So House Wolfort seeks to destroy not only Hyzant, but the Consortium as well.
Yes. They would bring ruin to the Order of Norzelia we worked so hard to build. Minister Tenebris, you must have the Holy Ones strike them down.
But of course, House Wolfort must be punished for defying the goddess. Were that I able to chasten them with my own hands. Alas, I am unfit to command. But you, Lord Claris, are a master at assembling the mercenaries and ruffians in the underground arena.
It is only natural for a merchant to have knowledge of battle. He must protect his wares at all costs.
How heartening it is to hear you say that. Now I am certain there is no other who could fulfill my request. Lord Claris, I wish for you to serve me and ride to battle against House Wolfort. You may leave the issue of troops to me.
You wish for me to command your soldiers?
Our odds are more favorable than you think. You see, I received a letter from a certain someone not days ago. Let us defeat the usurpers of House Wolfort together. Signed by King Roland himself.
King Roland? Truly?
It has the seal of the royal family. I have confirmed it myself to be true.
So King Roland really was overthrown. Were I in his shoes, I would also want revenge against such traitors.
He also wrote that he will spring a surprise attack from behind during the battle.
Oh, with King Roland on our side, House Wolfort won't stand a chance against us. Have you spoke to anyone else of this, Minister Tenebris?
No. You are the only one I wish to share this victory with.
I am happy to hear it. I will do all I can in your service.
Oh boy. Got a side story and a main story. Let's see what the side story has for us.
When you said you would gather the troops, I had not expected cavalry, Minister Tenebris.
It was the least I could do to ensure our victory. I leave them in your charge, Lord Claris. Once you defeat Wolfort, a seat among the Saintly Seven will be left open. And I think none more fitting for that place as the Minister of Salt than you, Lord Claris.
You flatter me, Minister Tenebris. I think your deeds this day may earn you the position of Minister Idor.
Yes. With this victory, I can erase the sins of my past.
House Wolfort is coming this way. Are you sure you needn't any aid, Mr. Tenebris? I know you wish to lead the vanguard, but House Wolfort is not to be underestimated.
Worry not, Minister Exham. I have given Lord Claris a certain path to victory.
Yes, you may rest easy.
Understood. Then I leave it to you.
Let us watch Lord Claris triumph over House Wolfort together.
I pray for your victory. Even should you lose, the goddess's shield will protect us.
Okay. Here we go. Let us prepare.
Archduke Gustadolf and Lord Svarog's armies have left with the cannon. They should be able to sneak around the city's southern side and make the necessary preparations.
And let us make our move too.
Finally, I'm ready for a fight.
Do not forget, our objective is to draw the enemy's eyes to us and stall for time.
I know. We'll draw their forces to the western side of the shield, while Esfrost readies the cannon to the south. And after they blast through the wall, we pour in and take the palace. Right?
Exactly. We must be cautious. King Serenoa, please speak with the soldiers before we depart. Hearing their commander's words will no doubt raise their spirits.
I shall.
We will make our stand against Hyzant's vanguard here. Erect the barricades. Solidify our defenses. We must not let the enemy win. Final battle with Hyzant is near. We must make sure we are duly prepared. Thought I saw something. I do. We are chugging a bit with this. Oh boy. This battle is going to be a chugging as we go, I can already tell. Okay. From the top, let us speak with everyone. We've erected the barrier just like Sir Benedict instructed. I really hope this works. You mustn't forget that we are merely acting as a diversion this time. We must bring down the enemy here first, to which end we have installed barricades. We won't have much time to rest between the battles that lie ahead. We must do our best for the glory of House Wolford. The operation of the Death Knell. It's an honor to spearhead the final battle, a feint though it may be. I'm gonna give this one my all. On my honor as a Wolfort. I'd heard tales about the Salt Iron War. Never imagined I'd be participating in a battle just as big. I think we're up against Hyzant, biggest nation of them all. The enemy knows this land better than we do. There's nothing for us to fear. We will stall them with defensive tactics, and cull their numbers. Should suffice no matter who comes our way. I never thought I'd be fighting an enemy without Prince Roland by my side. My apologies. Focus on the battle ahead. If we topple Hyzant, the goddess's teachings will be no more. We can free my people. I am ready, Serenoa. We will not lose to them. We join forces with Esfrost to take down the Holy State. It's almost like the Salt Iron War all over again. I was born in Hyzant. To say I had no reservations would be a lie. There is no place for emotions on the battlefield. I will do what I must to see this war to its end. Esfrost is heading towards the shield's southern side. It's doing clear the enemy's eyes. It'll take some time until they reach their destination, though. I believe that is it. That's all there is for us here. The Byzantine army comes. Prepare for battle. One member. Their army. There's a board pieces, that is. I need to enter the encampment. We've got quite a bit that we need to check on. We have just about enough for anything, honestly. I just realized we now have bracelets. We can gain immunity. Oh. That's quite nice. Okay. First, let's speak with you. Okay. Your weapon art is, I think, too good to pass up. It's too good. Having surmount be 0 TP is nice. Increased damage dealt in general is nice. Basic skills. We should have to think about who we're using. To start, I definitely want weapon damage up. Without a doubt about that. Increases accuracy in clear weather is nice. You're left with only one upgrade remaining. Increasing your health, I guess. Now let's think. Superior iron. Quality fiber. Superior stone and superior iron. Timber and fiber. Basically all of our superior things. All of the superior items. That's what we need. And if we can find another meteorite fragment, that would be nice. Get hidden reserves, I don't think it's worth it though. We unfortunately have nothing we can buy. I fear if we've wasted this on Gila. I doubt we can promote anybody. Nope. Okay, let us purchase as much as we can. Can't go like that. Or just one more, might as well. And that's it for the superior items. We unfortunately cannot upgrade your damage further as we do not have enough iron. However, we can upgrade yours. We can get that, but let's ensure we get everything else first. All of these are incredible. I'll have to make a decision on which one I want. However, I know for sure I want Rite of Thunderstorms. It requires 5. I see. Okay. We want King's Shield. I suppose we'll simply increase magic attack by 2. If we do not have the means to upgrade your class. Increasing our magic attack would be nice. We need 6 quality fiber for that. Sure, I'm running low on money. And quality fiber. Is there enough left for that? There's 8. I don't think that's worth it. Not at this point. Having both of these would have been incredibly nice. Timber and fiber. Iron. 5 quality iron. I'm sure I can work with that. Oh, and we don't even have that. See what we can get for iron. I believe that's all we needed. Increases physical damage dealt. I'm gonna go with that. And I doubt we have the money or materials available to get anything else. So that'll be it for preparations at the current moment. However, that won't be it entirely. We do have one more battle. Okay. Let's go for it. I do need to decide exactly our beat enemy commander within 75 turns. I'm assuming the enemy commander is this assassin down here? Yes. Quite powerful, but nothing we haven't seen before. Okay. No and no. And we had already replaced Roland with Trish, hadn't we? It's almost like we were preparing for this. Okay. Enemies guarding treasure will only attack if provoked, is what it said. I see. So they're archers and spearmen. We need someone tanky. Someone tanky, someone magic. And someone who can get up quickly. And we'll have Picoletto over there as well. This battle mage scares me. But I think we can work with it. As for over here, Serenoa obviously needs to be in front, alongside Anna. Okay. Here goes nothing. No, that's not what I mean. A lot of treasure up there. That's the worst camera angle I think you could have possibly chosen. Treasure codes are scattered about the battlefield. Stand next to a chest to open it. Here we go.
I'll take you on.
Okay, I think to start I need to deal with these guys over here. Why do you come over
I will
here?
end this.
Okay.
This'll hurt.
And throw poison on you.
You won't escape. Sound strike.
The hunt is on.
Let's go with this.
Darkness engulfs you.
You're open. Sound strike.
My pride is my shield.
Hmm. And they shall remain until I provoke them. Can hit him with a delaying strike. That'll work out quite well, I think.
I'll make this quick.
We win. Victory is within reach.
Ready for battle.
How do I deal with this?
Farewell.
Not entirely the greatest, since we can't exactly act twice. That's fine. Good.
Help me, please.
It's gonna be best for you to space out. And poison recovery.
I can do this. Ready or not, here I come.
Throw a decoy here.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Sanctuary to heal both of them.
Behind you, thank you.
Still targeted him. Interesting.
Allow me.
PP to deal fire type magic damage, setting the ground ablaze. It is to a large area. However, we can make it more powerful. And it does require a turn to cast, so I'll simply wait for now.
With the powers in me, the heavens judge you.
I'm going to use Rite of Rain.
The heavens.
I don't think any of these guys have Spark. But I know that we do.
A wasted effort.
Me too!
This is going to hurt.
You won't escape.
You're kidding me.
Suffer.
No, not there.
Time to take flight. Ready for battle.
Fine, then I can hit you with just this. That works too. 166 versus 165, so it's not much better. Sure. I need to get rid of the mages. Send you to turn 19.
Wait your turn.
Really messed up. This is bad.
Yes, it is. That doesn't exactly do me much good, now does it?
Ready to see it spell. Let me heal your wounds.
Your wounds are much obliged.
You definitely need that a lot more than Serenoa at the moment.
I will end this. 2 ashes. Very well.
Can't exactly do much with that. I guess this will do.
Stay down.
Had some trouble thinking there for a second, did you? End it here.
The hunt is on.
Okay. Something tells me we may not be getting that treasure right now. It's maybe something that we revisit at a later time.
Point me at him. Yeah, that worked, huh?
Curses.
I shall do what I can. Be at ease.
This will help.
Oh, I can use Cure What Ails You.
Impressed?
This is bad.
Still can't really do much with that. I can theoretically hit you with a 13% paralysis. I guess I might as well try.
Ready to see it spell.
Not quite.
Grandfather, allow me.
It's not worth it.
Behold true power.
Hmm.
Allow me.
Good.
The hunt is on.
That's a fairly decent amount of damage. 236, it's her most damaging attack. A range of 2 to 8. It's incredibly nice. However, not entirely sure how helpful it's going to be for battles like this.
I'll make this quick.
Take that!
Shall we begin?
Yeah, I definitely want to cure wounds.
Allow me.
The tides are turning.
One step closer to our hope.
Allow me.
I feel like it would be better to use blazing chains on you.
Flames, heed my call.
You're the one we're after all.
My time is now. Tremble in fear.
I do wonder one thing in particular, though. Maybe I shall stall, if only for a moment.
No. Not here.
We must tread carefully.
Never mind. I'm going to see if I can send Anna up under cover. Take cover. See if I can gain anything there. Let's see. You cannot do much. You. And you. It's you in particular who I'm worried about. Okay, just start. In tandem. I do have 3 TP, so I can do this.
Too easy. You won't catch me.
I shall do what I can.
Oh, you actually have enough. Okay. Sanctuary to heal everybody that I can.
You have my gratitude. Take that. Here I come.
Let's hit him with it.
Lend me your wings, Flugy. Ready for battle.
So this will do much, but
You're done for. Ain't nothing I can't do.
not anything terribly special.
My time is now.
Battle cry. I shall now attempt to strike you down.
begin?
Not enough. Your turn doesn't move.
Go swiftly. This will not be taken for
Sure, I guess.
Benedict.
Time to take flight.
Yeah, victory is ours.
And it's over.
You're done for.
That could have gone much better. That could have gone much, much better. See what we can do with the materials that we gain, though. Nothing. Do nothing with what we've gained. I know that we do have some things, though, that we can maneuver in terms of our inventory. That may be able to help us out. Okay. Okay. There's a few things I want to do. I want to get rid of our HP rings to start. We can do better. I specifically want the bracelets. Not just the rings, not just the amulets, but the bracelets, granting immunity to things like poison. I don't exactly know who to give this to. Let's give it to you instead of the rear guard's cloak. Magic defense plus 4 and immunity to sleep, blindness, temptation, ability. Let's go evasion 5 and we'll give it to Anna. Okay. What other stuff do we have that we can give? You don't have anything. Grants luck by increases luck by 5 and grants immunity to fury. I feel like that should be given to someone on the front line. Who currently has luck? You currently have luck. mean, you really don't need luck, but I guess I saw nothing else to give you. I don't think... no. I'm going to sell all my rings. I don't have many of them, so it can't be that bad. I don't have any other alternate things, do I? Yeah, it's just that. Increases damage dealt by critical hits. I still don't have enough. I can get an amulet, though. I'll wait. I'll wait and maybe I can find something else that I can use. Okay. Now you can get both luck items. You don't have any way to earn TP outside of it. I don't like the obsidian anklet. As much as I like increasing that by 5, I don't like completely removing the ability to get TP. You need the red scarf, clearly. I think the grounding amulet... maybe given to you. And you definitely need the rearguard's cloak, and probably the grounding amulet. I don't think there's anything warranting the obsidian anklet on anybody. I don't think there is anything that warrants that. I think everybody's skills are far too good to just simply remove the ability to use them more than once or twice. So you can gain it simply by using spoils, and I don't use your skills all that often. Let's go with it. And let's hope that stealing with standard attacks can also go for that. And then you can give your luck amulet to someone like you up. Okay. I'm sorry if I sound bummed, I'm still just like not exactly happy about how the story went. It was written incredibly well, but I'm not happy with it. I'm happy with the fact that it made me unhappy. I didn't want Roland to go. I don't have anything there. I'm assuming I'll get one in my next battle. Oh? 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 Did I call it? I was about to wrap it up, but I'm willing to go and look at one more thing. Okay.
Must you go, sir?
I just realized I've been muted. Was I muted during that entire battle? I swear if I was muted during that whole thing. Is there anybody who can tell me how long I've been muted? Oh no. I really hope I wasn't muted for that long. Okay. Well, I'll continue the story, and I'll mute, and I know I'm muted.
I regret to say I must. I have been idle for long enough. But know this. I shall forever be indebted to the Roselle. I know not why fate delivered my battered body to the shores of your village. But I am fortunate that it did. I owe my life to your kindness. Thank you.
You'll have no debt with us. We only did what was right. But where will you go? Safety is a luxury few are afforded these days.
The war rages still, and so long as it does, I must fight with every inch of my being to end it.
A single man can't fix this tangled mess of a world.
Ah, but I am not alone. Every moment my allies risk life and limb without me is a moment I owe them for their bravery. I must rejoin them at once.
I see there's no convincing you otherwise. Very well. But we expect to hear news of your victory soon.
I sense the world is on the cusp of great change. Change for the better. When it comes, let us celebrate its arrival together. Well met, friends. I require passage to see Lord Serenoa.
And who are you? If you want an audience, you'll have to wait behind the rest.
Wait. That cape, it can't be.
You're Sir Maxwell. My lord, Sir Maxwell has returned.
My apologies for my abrupt departure, my lord. Full glad am I to see you have managed without me.
Sir Maxwell, you're alive.
Aye, and none the worse for wear, I hope. It seems fate would have me take up my spear once more.
Where have you been? We all feared the worst.
Avlora's fell blow cast me into the river, and its cold embrace washed away my memories, along with my pride. I awoke in a village of kind-hearted folk. I might have stayed there, blissful in ignorance, had news of your exploits not reached them. It was then that old memories stirred, prideful memories, painful memories. My purpose became clear. I must end this war or perish in the attempt. I hope that I have not come too late to make a difference.
Of course not. We would be honored to have you fight by our side. I only hope you can say the same for us, Dawnspear.
I freaking called it. I called it. I freaking called it. Okay, well now with that, we shall have to see what he does next time. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll save here. In our second save file, since clearly our story changed drastically here. Let's go ahead and scoot over to the end screen, shall we? Oh boy. Man, I really freaking hope I wasn't actually muted for all that long. I really hope it was just something along the lines of I prepared to push the button and I subconsciously just accidentally pressed it a little too hard instead of just resting my finger on it, getting ready to push it, and that I was only muted for like 10 seconds. Because if I was muted that entire battle, that's rough. And I am so sorry. I am so freaking sorry if I was muted that entire time. I'm gonna review my VOD out of like fear. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Maxwell is back. I freaking called it. I knew he wasn't dead. I knew he was alive. Also, I called the Salt in the Mines, even if it was freaking obvious. I don't like where the story went. I hate the fact that we had to separate everyone. Really freaking sucks that Roland left. It's not the end that I wanted to see for him. Man. But such is the way of the game, and like I said, I think it was written well, so I can't, I'm not mad at the writers, I'm mad at the fictional events that occurred. I am mad at fictional politics and history. Oh well. We'll find a way to settle it all. But that time will come later. For now, though, I'm going to call it here. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to leave a follow. It's a nice and easy way to say, hey, I like what you're doing, keep up the good work. It's also a good way to get notifications. Send out notifications through both Twitch and Twitter, so a follow on either one of those platforms will allow you to get notifications, a little pop-up that says, hey, I'm live. So if you want to see more of what I do, which is usually RPGs like this with the occasional random game on the side, feel free to check that out. If you're interested in seeing any of my past content, for example, we recently started up 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which is a game that I will be continuing tomorrow. So if you want to catch up on the first part of the story that we played yesterday, that VOD will be going up immediately after this stream ends. So feel free to check out the YouTube channel for that, or any of my past content. Regardless of how you choose to share your support, though, it means a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it happens to be wherever you are. Hope to see you all again later. Thank you for hanging out.